Assalamualaikum class, my name is Areeba Asif and my roll number is 3165 and my subject is carbohydrate and my topic is obesity. My group number is group number 1 and my group members are Zainab Ikhlaq, Maha Mushtaq, Malaika Sabir, Sayyida Nakvi and Iman Fatima. Obesity, global epidemiology and pathogenesis. What is the abstract? The prevalence of obesity has increased in past 50 years, reaching pandemic levels. It means that obesity rate has been increasing in the last 50 years and now it has been reached pandemic levels. Other diseases due to obesity, there are so many other diseases which are caused due to obesity, and obesity leads to too many diseases. Obesity increases the risk of other diseases like type 2 diabetes mellitus, hypertension, myocardial infarction, stroke, dementia, cancer. Osteoarthritis contributed in the decline in both quality of life and life expectancy. Means that obesity along with itself lead to so many other diseases. Decline both our life quality and also our life expectancy. Obesity is a non-communicable disease. So here is the question is that what is non-communicable disease? Non-communicable disease are the non-infectious diseases. Non-infectious diseases are the diseases which cannot be spread from a person to person, like coronavirus, which can be spread from person to person. So it is a communicable disease, but obesity is a non-communicable disease. It cannot separate from one person to. We can also say that it is a chronic disease. Okay, what is the define of obesity? World Health Organization define obesity as excessive fat accumulation that impair health and diagnosed at BMI more than 30 kg per meter square. Okay, obesity is the excessive fat accumulation in our adipose tissue. When excessive fat is accumulated in our adipose tissue, then it leads to obesity. Okay, what is the meaning of BMI? BMI is the body mass index of a person. Person in which kilogram weight in kilogram is divided square of height in meters. Pathogenesis of obesity. Pathogenesis means the origin of a disease or the place from where a disease arises. The fundamental cause of obesity is a long-term energy imbalance between too many calories consumed and too few calories expended. Means that we should consume so many calories, but we cannot expend too many calories. We expend only a few calories. That leads to the accumulation of fat in our adipose tissue and leads to the obesity. In past few years, overnutrition emerged as bigger health threat than the consequence of undernutrition. More people are dying from overweight and obesity than the underweight. What are the causes of obesity? The main cause of obesity is much and doing nothing. Means that we eat and to move a little bit, and that's why we cannot expend our calories and the food calories and our food calories surplus energy should be stored as fat, and it may lead to the obesity. What caused obesity pandemic? Body size preferences. Until the early decades of the past century, obesity was regarded as a symbol of beauty, health, and wealth. For example, if a person is obese, then it is considered that he is healthy and wealthy, and it's also a symbol of beauty. During the periods of famine, when everyone is dying for the food, when many people died from the starvation, being overweight was a protective factor. Means that he has too much for eat, that why he is obese. In some cultures, increasing body weight make person attractive for marriage. Role of socio-economic status. The rise in obesity prevalence status. The rise in obesity prevalence started in high-income countries in the 1970s, was followed by middle-income countries, and recently by low-income countries. Means that obesity prevalence is in the high-income countries, then middle-income, the and then in the low-income countries. This pattern suggests that obesity level coincide with the improved economy and wealth. Means that more the economy and wealth of a country, the more the obese people are found there. For example, in Brazil and other countries, obesity increased first in the people with higher socio-economic status in urban areas, and then shift group of lower socio-economic status in rural areas. Means that obesity first increase in urban areas, so where people have higher socio-economic status, and then it can increase in lower socio-economic status in rural areas. Food marketing promoting foods or beverages that are high in fat and sugar is also considered to be obesogenic, as it modulates behavior of children. Today our food are mostly fast food, and it contain too much fat, and cold drinks also lead to obesity. What are the dominant drivers of weight gain? Westernization of lifestyle. Westernization of lifestyle might lead to an increase in obesity level more in rapidly and to a great extent in population. Increased prevalence of obesity over past 50 years has coincided with home cooking, greater reliance on convenience food, reduced physical activity, growing habit of snack consumption, leisure time entertainment, fast food and soft drinks become main part of our food in daily life. Things leads to obesity. What is the role of global food system? Global food system also obesity. Okay, there are an Iceland which rate of obesity is more than 4 times than other worldwide, and the Pacific islands are narrow and Cook Island. So what is the reason of obesity here? That the obesity rate is more than 4 times than the other worldwide. So main cause is the obesity is the lack of capacity to produce sufficient food for market. So most of them import food. The food is affordable, but it is also energy rich, so it contains more calories and it can lead to the obesity. This food is provided by a global food system. Other reason is interdependence of communities. For example, communities may depend on each other for food, and obesity rate more prevalence in narrow and Cook Island when rapid social change are introduced in population, and with the increase of interdependence of communities on each other. And the question arises here is, why everybody is not becoming fat? A person may be underweight due to genetics, improper metabolism of nutrients, lack of food due to poverty, drugs that affect appetite, and environmental. These are the several reasons that a person is obese.